Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums. Today I am showing you my What's Cooking recipe book. It can be a recipe book or a mini album. It can be so many different things. Let me show you what it is, but first I want to tell you it is made from the What's Cooking paper collection. This was exclusively made for Country Craft Creations. You can only get it at countrycraftcreations.com. It obviously is a retro kitchen theme. It's got the papers, which are beautiful, and it's got these cute little cut apart tags as well. There are several projects out there. My take on it is this recipe. I tried to make it really simple so you could get it done and start sharing those recipes with your family. So let me show you what it is. It's actually pretty big. It's 9 1/4 by, you would think I'd remember this, 9 1/4 by 7 1/2. It's 3 inches tall, so you can fit a lot of recipes in it. I was thinking of my mother-in-law when I made this. I helped her clean out her bookshelf last time we visited, and she has tons of recipes, a lot that she's cut out from newspapers, a lot of cooking books, and a lot that she just passed down and finally wrote down. So she has lots of pieces of paper with recipes on it. So I thought it would be fabulous for her to gather this all together and put in a book, but yet punching holes or putting it in a loose leaf binder, it just seemed to be very tedious. And she had all of her recipes on index cards. And as also on that note, Country Craft Creations has recipe cards that coordinate with this book, or this paper, I'm sorry. So anyhow, I used some stickers I had in my stash, but if you are on their Facebook group, they have a SVG file that says recipes. That would be fabulous for this collection. I cut this out from the paper, and same with that lady with her refrigerator. This was one of those tags that they have available. So I decorated it fairly plain. I didn't want to put lots of flowers or anything on the front. I wanted it to be flat because it's pretty big as it is, and also want it to be easy to put in and out of your bookshelf. This has a flap on it that's magnetized, so it keeps it all together. So it is, as I said, fairly chunky. Here is one of the spine pieces. The back I kept fairly simple, and again, that's one of those gorgeous cut aparts. So let me take you inside and show you how easy this is to do. In the front cover, I just put on a piece of red cardstock, and I had printed this off of my computer measurements. I mean, who doesn't need that? Sort of tried to find something with a little bit of a retro feel. This page has a flap. That's one of those cut aparts, and this is too, and that's great to tuck things in. It's open on the side. I opened this book. I started it with some photographs that I had saved. This photograph, you really can't see the picture, but you see it's a bunch of people, but it is my mom. She probably was about 20, 21. And my uncles, my grandmother, my great aunt, they're all in their 20s, and this was on a porch that I remember going to visit for Thanksgiving dinner in New Jersey. So it just, evokes that Italian dinner where there's antipasto and there's a soup and a salad and the breadsticks and, just all that fun thing. This is my mom. You can't see, but in the car, this is an old car, she's got a grocery bag. So So that is me sitting on her lap, and she must have just gone shopping. And then this is a picture of our kitchen, and it's decorated for a party. And it, you know, it's just got the old retro feel, the old wallpaper. I mean, that's how they decorated. They just used some streamers, and that was really fabulous. So I thought this is a combination mini album and recipe book, and it was just nice for me to have a place to put some of those old photographs that I had printed out in black and white. And it says here family photos. That was one of those cut aparts. So you could do that with one of these books, or you could put recipes in it. And then, so here's sort of the meat and potatoes of the book. Again, thinking of my mother-in-law and all these recipes she has cut out from the newspaper, I thought it would be great just for her to have an envelope, and this has acetate on it. Just stick all those newspaper articles or recipes inside this little envelope. Make it easy. Now, I did take one of the recipe cards that comes with the collection and put it in there, just so you see that it really can become sort of a showpiece to put in a pretty recipe in the front of it. This little flap is held together with magnets. You can put a lot in here. It's, you know, you can just stuff a lot of recipes in there. Or photos. If you didn't want to use this as a recipe book, use a different paper, and it's great for those photos that are lying around, or articles about somebody going into the service, or whatever. So there are 2 pages here like this, and then it repeats. There's 2 pages in the back of the album just like this. Again, thinking of places to put all those little things that you save and cut apart, I made this page with a lot of pockets. So you can stick those recipes in, or if you wanted to, you could stick the recipe cards in. Let me grab that. So that can, those recipe cards can just sit inside these pockets, or just put in, maybe this is where you put your appetizer recipes, or photos of appetizers you've made, or your cookie recipes, or photographs. I mean, it's real versatile. So anyhow, that can go in there. Now, these I had in my stash for quite a while. Here, let me show you one of them. So it is made of acetate. It is 7 inches by 8.5 inches about. So it'll fit in those index cards or the 4x6 photos. And it's got holes punched in it, so you can put it in this book in this way. And you could put, I don't know what you call it. I guess it's a photo book page, which is one of the reasons why this book is so big, just so you can get in a lot. And I used brads to put this in, so you could add to it if you have a lot of recipes, again, or photos. So, so that is it. The label on it said refill pages. So look around your stash and see what you have. If I didn't have those in my stash, I was going to have my husband make something out of the seal meal. You know, make something that has lots of spaces to put these recipe cards. So anyhow, this little flap, it's a little bigger than normal because I wanted to make sure the brads can fit in there. And it is, I made it so it's open, so I can go ahead and take this apart or not. If you wanted to, you don't have to put brads in. You could just put in your page and seal it. So I made it pretty versatile. There is also this type page. So again, if you have recipe cards, you can put them in this little pocket, or you can put photos in this pocket. Don't you love this paper? I mean, really 70s. I took one of the cut aparts and put it on there just to break up the pattern a little bit. So those will fit in there, easy to come out if it's a recipe that you use often. And then same with this side. So this already has a recipe card in it. You could just put these recipe cards in here, or you could glue them down. Now, if you have part 1 and part 2, you know, the recipe with the ingredients, you can put one part there and one part there. So maybe that's where you put your heirloom recipes, or your, you know, canning tomatoes, or you know, the real special recipes. And there are 2 flaps here, and they're held together with a magnet. So then again, I have more of these refill pages, the acetate pockets with the recipe cards in, and then again it repeats with these stacked pockets. What's good about stacked pockets is it's good for unusual size things, whether it's a newspaper article or a certificate or something like that. So there is that. Love this retro picture of mom and a girl sitting there baking. I mean, isn't that just beautiful? All right, so anyhow, then it goes back to the acetate pockets, and I've got some of the recipe cards in here. And I show you in the tutorial how I cut this out and adhere the acetate. And then I did put in some magnets. I put one here and one there, just so everything stays nice and tidy. Look at this picture, isn't that fun? So that is, again, the recipe cards you can purchase from Country Craft Creations, as you can purchase everything from Country Craft Creations. And then the last page, I have not put anything on here, but this would be a good place if you wanted to put in some more recipes or some more photos. That would fit right there. This is 4x6, by the way. So there we go with that. And then some pockets at the back, or just a pocket at the back, to put any other measurements, odd recipes, whatever. So that'll fit in the back. And then this back page has the magnets in it, so you can go ahead and close this. It's really big, because like I said, my mother-in-law had so much room on her shelf with all these recipes, and she went through and she didn't know what, you know, she wanted to weed some out, and she didn't want to take any of the recipes out. So I said, just keep them. So I will be sending this to her so she can use this and put in her favorite recipes to pass down to her family. So there we go. There is my family recipes recipe book or mini album. The tutorial is also live. I will put a link in the description box below, and also a link for how to get the paper and the recipe cards. And again, check out the Country Craft Creations, What's Cooking paper line. It's brilliant. You will love this. And the good thing is it's printed in the United States and made in the United States, and you will be able to get this. They can just reprint when they've run out. So there we go. What's Cooking? Thanks so much for watching. Hit the like button, please, and have a fabulous day.